What's going on? I got a caller on the
Mm.
line. What's up, caller? Tell them who you are, where you from, and what you got going on.
Yo, what's good with it, man? Man, this is your man. You know what I'm saying? This is your promoter's favorite promoter, man. Your producer's only producer. The plug, your plug goes to it's Jay Adams, man. West Coast Heavies, man. Currently, man, on location, man, out here in Florida, man, visiting my family, man. Out here, man, for my big cousin's memorial, man. Had to make it out here, man. But yeah, man, West Coast Heavies, man. Jiku dot shop, man. WCH, man. Find us online. Man, we cracked the code, man. Been working years, man, to help real artists, real situations, man, get to the next level, man, with these label services, man. Um, we had some time yesterday, man, to really get into exactly what we're getting into, man, this new year. You know, we're in March now. So artists, you know, you still got the first quarter, man. This is the end of the first quarter. So if you want to go into the second quarter strong, you know, you need to get your EPKs up, man. You only get a first impression, man, is your only impression many times. So we tell artists all the time, you know, it's like get your press right, you know what I'm saying? Get your bios right, you know, get your music uploaded all in one area, man. You need that electronic press kit. You know, it's gonna help you down the line when you're pitching the radio. It's gonna help me down the line when I'm servicing you the record labels, servicing you the promoters, servicing you the program managers at radio stations and alike. You know, so that EPK. And one thing I want to say, man, is you know, I'm never gonna drop names until somebody forces me to drop names, Jay. But I want to say this one thing about artists, man. You know, I watch artists get mad at guys like you and I, bro. And I want to say this, man, publicly, man. I haven't said this before publicly, so this is like a public service announcement. Y'all need to get off your asses. A lot of y'all just get mad when we tell y'all your music sucks, your style sucks, your promotion sucks. You know, you should take that as constructive criticism. Forgive me, Father, for I've sinned. Y'all need to stop bitching out. You know, it's too many artists, man, that we've consulted, that we've dealt with that we've tried to help, y'all. When we're telling you guys these things, man, we're not telling you something we read on the back of a cookie box. We got deals, we got record deals. You know, we working in this business. We know what the labels is looking for. When I'm telling you that you need to go to Jay Davila, you need to get your EPK done, you need to have him set up your promotions. I'm not telling you that for you to go around him and try to do it yourself and make yourself look like a clown. And 3 years later, you doing the same thing on Instagram, promoting the same ugly flyers. I saw a flyer last night, yo. I tried to make it big, dog. Like I was trying to stretch it out. I still couldn't read it. Bro, they've been working with me and you before. It was sad. But because artists get in their feelings, man, y'all gotta stop bitching out. I normally don't talk like this, man, but I'm so serious, right? You know, being on the road with this music now, visiting, you know what I'm saying, my family, and then I've had some artist meetings since I've been down here. And I'm telling you, West Coast artists, man, these artists down south, a lot of them ain't playing, man. You know, they want to invest their money and put their money behind their music, man. And I'm just telling y'all, wherever y'all is at, your brand is everything. I can't over express that. How you look on the internet is everything. So you need to start listening to my man's. You know, I've been watching this dude for at least since 2014. I almost want to say since after the MySpace era. I've been listening to this dude. Um, Best promoter I know on the internet, you know, hands down, you know, One Mic Music. So, you know what I'm saying?
Thank
I'm
you.
glad, man, that we've come this far. We got this partnership now. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to say me and my mans have been in billion-dollar conversations today with this music and this technology, man. This is not a game, y'all. It's a lot of money into this music. And it's not just the music. Y'all missing the point. This music is really a roadmap and a billboard for y'all to do other things, you know. So apologize, Jay, for me getting on my soapbox this morning, man. But you know, when you got a chance to travel, bro, and move and think, you know, I had a lot of time to think yesterday and move around. And it's just like it's time for us to get real with these artists. A lot of y'all need to get out the game and make room for real artists that really want to work, really want to listen. Because a lot of y'all don't like being told something. If it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's ugly, it's ugly. If it's whack, it's whack. Back in my day, we wanted to be better. Y'all is in y'all feelings. So what y'all want to do is y'all get around yes men, yes women. I ain't no yes person. Jay ain't no yes person. But then when you get to that radio station and your song get clowned, or you get the door slammed in your face, but we could have helped you avoid that. So man, gq.shop/WCH, man. Let's get it, y'all. It's 2025, man. It's a lot of bread out there. Let's
Yeah,
get it,
yes.
man.
Back in the day, right?
Yes,
You
sir.
had managers, you had the label, and I remember this one manager back in the day. He was out from Arkansas, and shout out to Robin from Arkansas, Robin McGee. But Robin was really on top of all his artists. Like you had to practice your lyrics every day.
Right,
You had to go to
right.
the gym every day. You
Facts.
had to drop at least 3 songs every day. You had to write a new song at least once every hour. Like he was not playing with nobody. This dude was so serious, it wasn't even funny, bro. I've never seen any manager like that in my life at all.
Mm,
And like I've never seen nothing like that personally. But yeah, it happened. And he was on
right,
top of them, man. And what one thing I could say was that, like, when it came to hitting the road, because they used to do my shows back in the day
right.
when I used to throw them up in what was that, Lower Manhattan, and yeah, he used to come through. They used to do like a big old feast all the time. Italian food. He used to always get Italian food. He used to love Italian food. Black dude from
Mm,
Arkansas loved Italian food, and they would eat hard. But he'd be like, "All right," look at his watch. He'd be like, "All right, let's go." And then they'd be in my studio, and it's like they would say, "Yes, sir," "No, sir," "Yes, sir," "No, sir." His artist was grown men too.
well, no joke. Yeah.
His artist was grown men too. Like,
Right,
yes,
right,
sir,
right.
no, sir. He wasn't playing with them. He wasn't playing with them, and they made hits. They made great music. I had them on
Facts.
tour throughout the whole country. Yeah, and they was underground. You know what I'm saying? But as
Right.
soon as the artist, as soon as one of the artists parted ways and did his own thing, it
Sunk
was
his
like
ship.
nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. It was like
Down
you
to the
heard
bottom.
nothing anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's sad,
Sometimes you
man.
need a team, you know what I mean? And it's not
Right.
because you need them. It's more because sometimes having a team is great for support, emotional support, psychological support, because our brains are very complex. Very complex. So we could literally be doing everything ourselves, but just because we talk to a friend, we're doing it better now. And
Yeah.
I've seen it. Now the artists don't have no managers. They have no structure. They have no structure. Like I remember watching the old Motown, back behind the scenes Motown stuff, and they had structure.
Yeah. Yeah,
They
man.
had structure.
Yeah.
Even Death
Yeah.
Row, like even if it was crazy and all of that, they had Suge and wasn't nobody playing with Suge. You know what I mean? Like there was structure, there was respect for a manager. And now
Hmm.
everybody's like the internet, the internet, the internet, the internet. They don't need a manager no more. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You go ahead. You only have 24 hours in a day. And out of those 24 hours, you really awake for like 12 of them. And then out of those 12 of them, you in work for like 8 of them. So
Right.
you got 4 hours when you get home, and then you probably
Hmm.
got like what 3 hours for your kids. So you got 1 hour or 2 hours a day tops.
Yeah, it's really not a lot of time. Yeah, facts.
That's why the managers are so important, because what you
Yeah.
doing, you know,
So what you doing?
you
Yeah.
booking the shows, you talking to the labels, you talking to the A&Rs. Is that what the artists are doing? They know how to talk syndication deals. They know how to talk merch deals, marketing
Right.
deals. They know how to talk endorsements, sponsorships. It's cool. You could do that. And I appreciate anybody who's doing all of that for themselves. But
Facts.
you like I was taught, man, it's good to master one thing. And then you work with other people who mastered those other things.
Yeah.
Like me, I mastered technology, I feel at this point. Like I'm really good at it. I can code, any language. You give me any language and I'm coding in that language. If I don't know it by the end of the week, I know it, right? But
That's
I was
amazing.
just talking
Right.
to somebody who does hair,
Mm-hmm.
and she's amazing at it. She's a
Right.
genius at hair.
Right. Okay.
Shout outs to Lisa Mardo. She's a
Okay.
genius at here. And we were talking and we were like, I was like, there's no way in hell I'll be able to do hair. No way. If I do hair, somebody's gonna walk out bald headed. They're
Facts.
gonna look
Yeah.
like Jay Adams if they come
Straight
and let me
skeezy,
do their hair.
baby. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
For
gonna look
real.
like you. They
Me
walking
too.
out, they're
Yeah.
gonna
You
have a
don't want me to
full
do
head
your
of
hair.
hair and then they're gonna walk out bald headed.
Yeah. You don't want
They
me to do
even
your hair.
might
Facts.
it even might be to the bone. You probably might not even have hair. Why? Because I don't know how to do hair. But what I do know how to do is technology. What Jay knows how to do very good is talking to these labels and doing the professional manager stuff. You see how I said it? Manager stuff. Like I don't even know that. Jay knows that. You see? That's what he does. You
Right.
know,
Right.
so
Right.
get y'all a
Yeah.
manager that really knows what they doing. Pay your manager too. Stop thinking that he worked for free or something like that. Pay your manager. Pay him. Give him some bread to work with. Not only bread for his pocket, but give him some budget bread for some marketing for you. You as a musician, you're a company. You're a brand. You're no different from Coca-Cola. They promote themselves every day. You gotta promote yourself every day. That's why these musicians are here today and they're gone
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Going
Because they
tomorrow,
don't
brother.
understand the one concept of this. You're a business. Stop thinking you're just a person.
Say it
You're a
again, brother.
business.
You're a business
You're a company.
that operates in companies. Last time I checked, my brother,
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong, but companies operate every day, correct?
Every day. Every single day. There's no, we're gonna do something today and no, tomorrow we're not gonna do nothing because we're tired. No, it's not how it works. Every single day. The reason
Mm,
and
that's
I love
amazing.
his music, Cisco. Let's just say Cisco, okay? And I love Cisco. Fucking love Cisco. Drew Hill, fucking love Cisco.
Yeah,
Anyway,
facts. Love it.
anyway, he was the biggest thing when I was a kid. That dog, right? He was the biggest kid. Everyone loved him.
Right.
Everybody was singing that song. And then
Mm-hmm.
he disappeared. How? How? Why? I think that he forgot that he was a business. He didn't promote himself the right way. He didn't reinvest his money back into marketing when he made it. You know, a lot of these guys, they go get chains, they go get drugs, they go get girls, they party.
Disposable. Yeah.
They get cars, they try to
Yeah.
look rich. But
Yeah.
no, you're
Yeah.
supposed to put all that money right back into your business. You know, I mean, how do you think Jay-Z got to where he was? And you know, like how? I mean, I'm not that I endorse Jay-Z at all.
Right.
Let's just be clear here. Like I don't, I don't, I don't. But he was smart when it came to making reinvesting his money. Right? Let's just so advertisement, marketing. Y'all need that. Stop thinking you can do everything. That little posting on Facebook stuff that can help, but go hire someone to help you too. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause see, that's crazy to me, man. Like when I look at right, like just in the past 3 years, man, I've heard some incredible albums. Right, I'm talking about a lot was put into the production of the, you know what I'm saying, the beats. And it's sad I'm saying this, right? Because it's not. I don't even call it music anymore, right? Because I'm a musician. I'm a drummer by trade. I've been playing the drums since I was 8 years old, reading music and all of that, right? So I'm a musician, so when I say this, it's not judgmental, just from a musician standpoint. I don't say music today because most producers can't play an instrument, so I can't call it music. What you're doing, is you're producing sound. Now, fundamentals of music, because I have gone to engineering school, I have gone to music school. So that's a great debate for another day, right? But that's a great debate. I have it a lot of times with my music professors. Is what we're doing today actually producing music? Because if you can't read a scale, right? So as a producer, you can't read a scale, but if you hit a button, the scale is read for you. So I'm going back to that because that's an educational topic. So I've heard a lot of great albums in the last just 3 years, right? We're talking about great production when it comes to the beats, right? Great lyrical content. Now we put all that together, the beat, the lyrics. Now we have a song. Great records, right? Great albums, right? Hey, Jay, listen to this. Man, you shouldn't put that out yet. Why? It's fire. You don't have 5,000 a song. You don't have 10,000 a song. How are you going to promote it on social media? You got Instagram, you got Facebook, you got YouTube, you got Instagram, you got TikTok. You know, how you going to promote it on Pandora? How you going to promote it here? You're not doing no radio, no satellite radio, no internet radio. Man, some of these things are connected to BDS. Well, what's BDS? Damn, you don't know what BDS is? Damn, you don't have your metadata upload. Damn, you don't, you know, all those things, but you spend all this money, right, on a great record, right, a great album, right? But as soon as I say that business, right, that's the manager stuff you're talking about. That's some of the manager stuff, right? That's some of the music executive stuff that I do, right? But you know nothing about. Now you're mad. You stop funking with me. Now Jay Adams is this, Jay Adams is that. You talking behind my back, you know, now you're doing this weird shit behind my back, but I just gave you some free business. If you knew how much attorneys, you know, one of my attorneys alone is 350 an hour. If you knew how much these entertainment attorneys in California charge just for you to walk in their office, entertainment consultants, I can name a few of them: Cortez Bryant, Ray Daniels, a lot of us, Jay Adams, a lot of us is 350 for 30 minutes, 350 an hour, 500 an hour, right? These are guys, you know what I'm saying, credits. And I got the least amount of credits in all of them, right? But I got platinum albums under my belt as a promoter, right? You weren't walking into Kevin Black's office back in the day. Interscope Records promoter, over 11 million records sold. We can get him on the phone still. He's not in the business, but that wealth of knowledge can still consult you. Lester Pace, senior vice president, Rock Nation Promotions, right? But nobody is working for free, yo. So if you don't know how to get your bag up to invest money into your music, that's why you need guys like us, man. That's
You
why
know
you
what?
need
I'm feeling this.
consultants.
I wanted to tell people something that if you want to be a rapper and you want to be like mainstream,
Yeah,
it costs money. Literally, you can buy your way into mainstream. It
right,
costs money though. It literally costs bread. Like you're gonna need bread. Just like if I have a company, okay, let's just say I have a tech startup, small little tech startup. Let's just say I don't know, have a software. Okay. Let's just say this little software is for companies to do something for their company. Okay. If I want my software to be mainstream, I gotta pay for it.
right,
I gotta pay for it. I literally have to pay for it. I have to go, okay, you know what? Let me take this software thing that I got. Let me go. hire this man to do this. Let me hire that man to do that. Let me hire this woman to do this for me. Let me hire that person to do that. Let me hire that company to go do this for me. Now they're all working together.
Yes, sir.
Maybe they're
Yes,
not. Maybe
sir.
they're separate. It's cool. Maybe we're working as a company too. Great. But now we keep investing into those, and one day we're mainstream. It's just like Liberty Mutual. Shout outs to Liberty Mutual. We love you guys. They promote every day on YouTube. Every day.
Right. Liberty, liberty, liberty. Yeah.
Every single day.
Why do
Shout
I
outs to
remember
them.
that? Because it's everywhere. Exactly.
Yeah, shout outs to them though, yo. For real. Learn from them. Learn from people like Geico, Coca-Cola. Learn from people like McDonald's. Learn from people like all these people. Like let's just say the music people, who's always advertising themselves, and we could see obviously, Kanye West. I don't. I'm sure he figured it out. Listen, if you want advertisement and go to the tabloids. I want to pay the tabloids, and I'm gonna do crazy stuff so the tabloids could talk about me. What you think, guys? That's
Man.
advertisement. What that guy's doing?
You know who
Yeah,
I think? I wanted to ask you about this, man, real quick. You know who I think is good? I wanted to get your opinion. Is it old footage and it was good then, or is it being replayed now? It's good. But I kind of be thinking Dame Dash is good at that too, man. Not on the Kanye West level where it's mainstream media,
yeah.
but it's a lot of internet stuff. I see Dame Dash everywhere. Do you have any clue how good his projects actually do now? His films, his other ventures? Because that's a self-promoted guy that I've been wanting to ask you for a while. A little more insight, man. Because Kanye West is very mainstream. When I look at like what's really other rappers or music executives that are really great at promoting themselves. There's a guy out here that I want to share with you, Demizer, produced a lot of records, used to be the program director over at Power 106. He's real good now. He's doing a lot of podcasting and stuff on Instagram. But I really think Kanye West, man, it's kind of like I hate to use the word mastered because I don't know, bro. It's like I look at what you've done, right? Right.
He's just
So
bizarre.
yeah, but man,
So when you're
for
bizarre
all
like
these
that,
years, man, I've wondered, man, is Kanye because I've been told. I remember back in the days, man, I was told Kanye West was autistic, man. So I'm not really. I'm kind of slow to judge when it comes to Kanye
I
West.
don't think that's autism. I think
You don't think
that
that's
like
autism?
no, and I'm not a health professional at all. But if I just dealt with people that act exactly like him, and
For real?
um
Wow,
yeah, yeah, way before he was acting like that.
man,
But
that's
I could
crazy, bro. That's some
I
good
could
insight, though. Okay,
and they had schizophrenia, bipolar manic episodes.
okay.
That's what they had. So that just looks like that's what he could possibly have. Bipolar manic episodes, personality disorder. Yeah, very psychological schizophrenia.
Because he wasn't off his rocker like this, man. I mean, somebody made a comment the other day, man, and I get it, right? Like he's really pushing this envelope right now about how the right is really saying you should be able to say what you want, because they want to justify what they're saying and they want to justify their hate speech, right? So somebody I mean, not justify, but they challenge me. Well, look at what Kanye West is doing. So as a black man, is it cool for him to push the envelope? He's pushing. And I'm like, no, he's a black man.
Yeah,
They're not gonna let Kanye West get away with it, right? So are we really at a divide in this country again? You
yeah,
know, it's like, hip hop, man, like we're talking here, right? Self-promotions, right? I look at you, you know what I'm saying? Representative hip hop, a minority, a Puerto Rican, right? Dame Dash, you know what I'm saying? Black man in hip hop. You know, What I just hate and would like to see less of, man, is I know it's popular to bring up the past and to talk about drama. Like, I don't know if you've heard the stories lately. Cameron, some old videos of his have been popping up about their initial deal and how bad it was over there. And then, everybody's always talking about Jay-Z, you know, but look how popular, what I'm saying, and look how successful he's been. What I would like to do, man, because you have very good insight, man. Um, I want to talk about that one time, bro. I want us to break down, what I'm saying, the saga, man, and the legacy of Rock Nation, man, because being on the West Coast, not gonna lie, those are some of the brothers that I, idolize, what I'm saying, that I formatted my business on. Like I looked at them brothers, how they took their street acumen, you know, and what they were doing in the streets and what they learned in business and how they were able to multiply that. Like what I know personally was really only about Fubu, right? I didn't know personally how Rockefeller got in, but Fubu, I understand Fubu. I used to have a streetwear brand that I was, what I'm saying, the marketing director over. I knew they made over $1 million before they even went public. But in the music business, you know, coming from outside of the West Coast, Fubu was outside of the West Coast as a street brand. Rock, what I'm saying, Rock Nation. Rockefeller was outside of the West Coast in the what we call the boutique labels. That's another great topic we got to talk about in the future of how a lot of people say when the music industry killed the boutique labels, they killed the music business. It's a very interesting topic, man. I get asked about that all the time, but I'm not quick to judge on that. But what I'm just saying, as a younger executive, because we're all around the same age, Jay Z, Dame, and I, so I'm not that much younger than them, right? But I remember being on the West Coast. I thought what them dudes was doing was cool. So it's like now when I hear Dame say this, Dame say that, you don't really hear Jay Z saying a lot, right? But
Yeah, he's quiet now.
sometimes I wonder, has Dame been cut out the mainstream? Because some people have told me Dame has been like not blackballed, but he's been kind of like pushed to the side on mainstream, but they allow him to do his thing because this is coming from insiders on the outside who want to remain nameless, but are telling me that Dame's doing well financially, but you'll never hear about him on the mainstream because of the cross with him and Jay. So those are just some things that have always interested
Well, after hearing like you, this is what I would have to say. Now, after analyzing in my mind everybody who had the best career in hip
me. Uh-huh.
hop, the best career in general, like the best career in general, like,
Right.
and this is just me, right? And I'm just saying this because I feel like it's true, and like you could possibly rank him as the best rap career ever, the best story ever, the best everything ever. He was a part of everything, and I will have to say, okay, this is going to be very controversial, okay, because we have people like Jay-Z, right? He became a billionaire, right? Cool. that
Mm-hmm.
was that was cool. Shout outs to him. We had P Diddy, and he became a billionaire. Um, Kudos to that part of his life. Then we had people like 50 Cent, who did um so much for the culture, as far as showing people a blueprint. And then we had um um LL Cool J, that was um and still is possibly the greatest rapper alive, and that's LL Cool J. And then and then and then you have people that are like, you know, um There's so many other legends, but I would have to say that it's Snoop Dogg because, and I say rap career wise, and I say career wise, it's Snoop Dogg because Snoop Dogg was able to take his own name, his own self, right, and make that a brand. And nobody's ever really done that like him. You know what I mean? Like this guy has ventured into things that rappers haven't done, you know? Like I think he
Yeah.
sang at the White House or something like that.
Especially
Or
lately, yeah.
he did the White House, he did the Super Bowl, he was on every movie that you can think of. He was on TV shows, commercials, endorsements, and sponsors all over the world. Everyone knows him. Doesn't matter what country you are, who you are in the world, you know Snoopy Doggy Dog, right? It doesn't matter, bro. You know him. It's like he's probably the most famous rapper in the world, like
I can roll with that.
Snoop Dogg had the greatest career
Hmm.
that any rapper had. He always kept his nose clean. Like he never had like too much drama in his life other than the Tupac and Biggie stuff. And he was a part of that. Like that was history. You know what I mean? Like, and then he was before that, and then he was after that. And greatest career. Greatest. He made being a Crip almost legal. Like, what? Like he can walk into a police station and Crip walk, and they won't say nothing. He can go
Yeah,
in
but
the White
look,
House and
right.
Crip walk. He Crip walked in front of the whole world.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow! Hats off to you, Snoop Dogg. You are absolutely amazing, and I want to be a student to that. How do you even replicate that by just 1%? Sheesh.
Well, I think the biggest thing, man, because there's a lot of controversy out on the West right now. It's a lot of controversy, man, back home with the name Snoop Dogg right now, but that's for another day. But I would like to get into that. But I think one of the biggest things when you just said how to duplicate that, man, I think it's just two things. And this is what I tell myself all the
You
time and
can't.
every
You can't
every time a
duplicate
new
that.
team, every
You
time a new
can't.
team comes in my office. Well, you can, and I think the two things you can do is it's hard work, dedication, like Floyd Mayweather always says, and it's a little bit of luck, right? I look at because I can go all the way back to doggy style clothing when Snoop Dogg first started that. Doggy style clothing and a brand that a lot of people have forgotten that was more popular than doggy style clothing at one point in time
I had
is
some
the
jeans
the
like
East
that.
Side logo. That was Westwear. That was like if you remember the ES, that's Snoop Dogg's
I
group, the
had
East
those
Siders.
jeans.
That logo is some partners of mine that made that Westwear. Shout out to DMG and Daddy V. Now they had the same distributor for a while, clothes wise. I think the biggest thing you could say about Snoop is I would say consistency, resiliency.
No, he's
Um,
just exploring everything
well, he
like
never
that
gave
we
up either,
never
though, bro.
had
You got to
access
realize some
to.
people say when Snoop Dogg left Death Row, bro. I mean, I don't know the full fact. I just know when he left, he didn't have a whole lot of money. Some people used to clown and say when he left Death Row, he left with $300 and a blunt. And Master P came in, and we know what happens. Snoop Dogg was able to survive. That's why I say consistency and resiliency and a little bit of luck because Snoop Dogg has always stayed consistent and he's always kept that name Snoop Dogg. You know what I mean? Like he's
Wow, yeah.
always done something with that name. You know what I mean?
Even if
So
he
it's
did
like
change his
shout out
name
to
when
that.
he did Snoop Lion, we knew as a community why he did that, and it was all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the
It was all
community
right.
still supported him, still accepted
Yeah, we
that.
did.
Exactly.
We did.
Exactly, man. Yeah,
We did.
exactly.
Yeah,
Facts,
greatest
brother.
career, and then because it was just so like it was just his career was just so transparent Whereas Jay-Z's career wasn't. It was more like, what is he doing to become a billionaire? You know what I mean? And then P. Diddy, it was somewhat transparent. Like, like, yeah, he had the bottle of liquor, but now we figured out it really wasn't his. Snoop Dogg actually has wine. He actually has his own wine.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of these situations are white labeled though, bro, and there's
It
nothing
don't
wrong with that,
matter though.
right?
You have
Yeah,
your own stuff. And
right.
I'm
It's all
sure
white
Snoop Dogg
label,
has
right?
so much
Right.
money that he can actually go to the places where the vineyards are at. And he can actually have those people step on grapes for him.
Yeah, but I think both ways hip hop should look at that, right? Like just look at where hip hop
Probably
has
has his
gone.
own vineyard.
You know, whether you got your own vineyard or somebody is paying you millions of dollars, like the company that actually owns Ciroc was paying Puffy to promote the brand, bro. It's like that's see, I always like to look at the cup half full versus half empty.
Well,
I
P.
like to
Diddy's
look
was
at
half
hip hop.
full. I could say
Well,
that because I
the
thought
thing
he
of
owned Ciroc. I was
I
under
don't
the
know how you could
impression that
think
he
that. Why
owned
would
that.
bro? You're in the marketing and music, but how could you think he owned that? He didn't
I
own no.
When he first came out with that, I thought that was his stuff. That was, and then I
Nah.
looked into it, and it really wasn't. But I was like, wow.
The way that they presented it to him, making him the main brand endorsement. Because my one of my clients who shout out to Castel Vaca, one of my previous clients,
I
he
remember
broke down the
Castel Vodka. They were
yeah
promoting
they
showcases and stuff.
yeah he broke down the whole liquor business to me. That's how I understand Puffy's troubles so much. I always say the cabal. People say who the cabal is. I say I don't know, but they exist, right?
Uh oh.
The
Uh
cabal
oh.
will protect
Uh
you
oh.
until you go against the
Wait,
cabal.
what is the cabal?
I always say I don't know and I don't want to know, right? I don't never want to be that rich. That's just me, right? I just want to live the way I've lived the last 30 something years, right? But what I tell people is because I
I
know
know
the
the
liquor
cabal is
business,
is that guy from Mortal Kombat. That if you pick him and he got the hooks,
crazy as hell, man.
he boy hell whoop your ass if you good with him, man. If you good with him, that boom, bah, boom. You can get yeah,
Oh
yeah. You
man, that's
can get
that video game life, man. Yeah, man. So
remember that?
that's all
Remember
I know.
Cabal back in the day?
I remember.
Mortal
I remember.
Kombat?
I remember Mortal Kombat. So that's all. That's when I knew Puffy's situation was real when he went against them. Just
Yeah,
because of what I know about the liquor business, man. It's just like I said, when you go against the giants, and it's like being David, but are you really David going against the Goliath? That's in the Bible, but is God really, commission you to do that? But what I'm saying is though, man, like hip hop has gone everywhere, man, and that's the positivity from brands. Talking about $1 million deals, man. I would just like to see guys keep their nose clean and do it more like you mentioned it, bro. Like look at the long stretch. I mean, look at. I mean, you talking about NCIS with L Cool J been on TV for years. Ice T been on TV forever. It seemed like he been on TV longer than anybody alive. Hip hop, bro. So there's a lot of things that people say outside of music can take care of you for the rest of your life just because of music, right? So that's what I would like to see guys get, what I'm saying, more involved in is keep your nose clean, man, long enough for them opportunities to hit your
yeah,
inbox, you know, because you could be blessed enough to handle all your business.
yeah,
They say, what is that guy from Oklahoma City, Shears Alexander? They say he didn't have an agent when he negotiated his deal. But those are still like one in a million, man. For me, it's like this, bro. To have a good agent, to have a good manager, like I have a good lawyer, right? It's worth paying my lawyers what I pay because I'm not a lawyer, first of all. I don't even have a Juris Doctorate. Someday I say I'm gonna go get a Juris Doctorate because I do like law and I've learned a
oh,
lot from my lawyers,
you
but it
gonna get
still
a
feels
what?
good to pay one. It's called a Juris Doctorate. That's what lawyers have,
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I thought you said
you know.
something else.
Oh, you
Wow,
crazy.
that's cool, man. that's
But
that's amazing. I definitely like that. I always wanted to get into the law field. I always told myself if I wasn't in the tech industry, I probably would have did law. But Yeah,
Yeah, it's such a big commitment, man. But
it
I
is.
think about the last 3 years. I thought about going to law school, right? And I did. It's just such a big commitment with such
Yeah,
a young family. You know what I'm saying? I have such a young family again. It would just be so much on my wife. You know what I'm saying? I have a partner right now who's getting ready to graduate from law school right now, and it's just when you talk about the
yeah.
hours of the cases, man, it's just a lot. But um, I
And
love
and
what I
and
learned
and it's
about
not
law so far.
guaranteed. You can get out of there and be broke. Because I know guys that they went to law school and everything. Fourth
Right.
year in, they're still broke. Fifth year in, they're still broke. Finding a job. You got to
Yeah,
work for
finding a job and building
free.
a business is
You
difficult. Yeah,
got to.
most of like both of my lawyers have, well, two of my entertainment lawyers and my corporate lawyer, they've all been blessed to build their own practices. I mean, they started at law firms back in the 90s and
Yeah,
whatever. I think Brennan R. Yancey was practicing in the 80s. But yeah, you're right, man. I mean, to get a job, to get into a law firm and to
it's hard.
build your own practice, man,
Have
it's
you heard
difficult
that
to say the
all
least.
these companies on Indeed that are promoting jobs, they're gonna get in trouble because they've been posting fake jobs. Have you heard about that?
Bro, when I heard about that, I was like, what was the point? I don't get the point of
They're
that when I heard that.
collecting data. They're stealing people's information, phone numbers, addresses,
That makes total
locations,
sense, bro. Are you
emails,
serious?
social security numbers.
Yeah. Wow.
Companies are extracting data by posting fake jobs.
You
And
just made
then
all that make sense. You just made all that make sense. I did not understand that
and then they
when I first
target
heard of
you
that.
later and sell your data to other companies.
Bro, you just made all that make sense, man. Now that's really crazy to me. Cause bro, now that I've put it in my information and some of these things, bro, I'm getting all types of crazy emails and text messages, bro. I know my dad has been sold. Crazy phone numbers. That's why I don't use Indeed
I could
anymore.
show you how to track who sells your data. So the way you do it is by contacting me, and then I'll give you the code to put in your email address. And then what you can do is you always use this code now, and then you'll be able to see which company sold your data and
That's
even which
crazy.
job sold your data.
Bro, is there anything you can actually do about that?
You can sue them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
You can sue them because you didn't opt in to do that. There wasn't no terms and certain conditions where you agreed to. If there, did
Mm,
you? If there was, then you could possibly still sue them. I'm not a lawyer though, but it's possible that you could possibly still sue them, and the lawyer might want to pick that up. Yeah,
that's crazy, bro. So companies are actually posting fake job postings, man. That's so
to
disappointing, man.
steal data to promote to you and or sell your data.
That all makes sense, man. While my phone is hacked and spammed, and I'm getting all these 702 numbers from these real estate agents in Nevada, from
If
Nevada. It's
you
crazy.
put any information on the internet regarding real estate, so let's just say you're interested in something, or let's just
Mm-hmm.
say you have a personal injury thing, and you put your information on the internet regarding your car crash or something, God forbid, your phone is going to go crazy with those two industries and your mail too.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. And then, yeah, you got to. Hey, did you know that there's a big thing going on where Nigerian people in Nigeria, especially the Lagos area, are going into people's Instagram, hacking it, and then sending them a ransom letter saying, if you don't pay me an X amount of money, then I'm going to report your account to Meta when they'll take it down. And it's happened to somebody that I know. Actually, it's been happening to a lot of people that I know. And Instagram, look what they like to do. They like to take your account down because the hacker reported it by putting a picture of Meta and changing the name to Meta. Even if you were monetized and they spoke to you, their little automated machines, they take your account down and the hackers
What?
win.
I've heard about the accounts being hacked, but I didn't hear about that. That's even deeper to guys that creators that are monetized, man. Like, what can you
Well,
trust
check this
anymore,
out. This
man?
is what I did to them. I figured out who they were because I tracked them down and I figured out that they were somewhere by Lagos, Nigeria. So I told them that they had an ultimatum. I gave them an ultimatum. I said, "Hey, listen, if you don't do this," I told them a certain thing, "I'm going to call the Lagos Police Department on you right now." And he goes, "No, no, 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 please, 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 no, no." And then he wanted to offer me money. He
Right,
goes,
right.
"I'll keep scamming people if you give if and I'll give you money." I'm like, "I don't want that. What I want you to do is I want you to give me a list of all the emails that you already scanned because I'm about to tell them who you are. And if you don't do that, I'm gonna call the police right now." He goes, "Please, please don't do that. They'll hit me." I'm like, "What do you mean they'll hit you?" He goes, "They'll beat me. They'll smack me with belts and whips and they'll hit me with the police batons and they'll burn me." I'm like, "What?
Wow,
What?"
man, bro,
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, it's crazy. And he said, but he told me that his whole community is doing it.
Wow,
The whole community has these little laptops where they sit and they all share Wi-Fi and they hack Americans.
makes sense, man. Got All right, bro. I got to get up out of here, man. But yeah, man, that makes sense, brother.